Good morning, America. David Smith, or well, one eyeball of David Smith with Fastener's Paradise in Tucson. And there's something I always think about, and I show folks, when they're starting out, little tiny trick. And a lot of you probably already know this. When you tighten your hard stop, your reading will go up, or at least it does on my V5 and every one I've cut on. So one of the tricks, see, I've got it set at 50 now, so let's loosen it up. I just cut, this is my first Portuguese cut, and I'm using a gear loose dark side, of course. I don't know if I'm ever going back to cerium oxide. So let's say we're going to go for a 45-degree angle. So here's the trick: is you go down, get in your neighborhood of your 45. There I am, see, 45 point something. But go a little bit below it. See right there, 44.73. And then tighten your hard stop back here on the downside, on the bottom side, just a little bit, enough. I like to tighten it just so that nothing's moving. And then I lift this up and I really give it a nice crank. Now we're at 44.77, right? Watch. 44.91. See, it went up. So if you always begin tightening it a little below your reading, you'll be going toward where you want to end up. But what I find is that I use my fine adjust less, so now I can bring it right up to the 45 degrees, and then I tap it to see, is it really going to stay there? So then I'm using my fine adjust less because, the more, if you're constantly using that fine adjust, it's a screw and it's going to either move up or down, and you're going to have to at some point recenter your fine adjust. So it's just a tiny little trick that I like to use. And like I said, I'm cutting my first Portuguese. I've done the pavilion. And I don't even know what this is. This thing was dopped up. I bought an estate and it was already dopped up. It's glued. I don't do glue. I do wax, but it's glued. So I left it dopped on there because I did that saw, the Ultratech saw kit demonstration yesterday, and it was amazing. But here's my little piece of blue train lens glass. I also showed that yesterday. That's on a train. This tells you that somebody's working on the train. And this lens is from one of those old lanterns that they used to carry. So it's probably 120, 130 years old. But I think my family is a bunch of train nuts. My granddad was a track supervisor for the Southern Railway in Alabama. So there's my little Fastener's Paradise trick of the day. Hope you enjoyed it. And there's a dark side. We sell Ultratechs. We've got V5s and fantasy machines. Got a fantasy machine coming in about 2 weeks. I sell all gear loose, all at factory price. Everything we sell factory price. And we got great sintered laps for $425. So hit us up on Fastener's Paradise, and we sell everything on BeatHoliday.com. Have a fabulous Friday.